The sun was sinking low over the endless savanna, painting the land in shades of orange and gold. Shadows of acacia trees stretched long and thin across the dry ground. Dust hung in the air, glowing like fire in the fading light. 3 men walked slowly but steadily, their bodies glistening with sweat, their breaths heavy, but their pace never faltering. On their shoulders, a heavy wooden pole bore the weight of a magnificent leopard. The beast's body swayed with each step, its golden fur still shining under the sun, black rosettes etched like ink on its sleek form. The men were hunters of the Masari tribe. For them, carrying the leopard was not just about returning from a hunt. It was about honor, survival, and proving their place in the circle of life. The weight of the hunt Kato walked in the front, his grip firm on the pole. He was the oldest, his face lined with scars that told stories of battles fought with tooth and claw. Behind him was Jaro, younger but strong, his body lean and full of fire. At the rear was Tano, the youngest of the 3, still almost a boy but with eyes that burned with determination. For hours, they had marched across the plains, the leopard weighing heavily on their shoulders. Every step felt heavier than the last, but none dared complain. To show weakness now would be to shame themselves before their people. Kato broke the silence. His voice was deep, rough, like dry earth. This leopard, it was not like the others. Did you see how it fought? Jaro nodded, his breath short. It was clever. It circled us in the grass. It tried to split us apart. Tano swallowed hard. His hands tightened around the pole. I thought it would kill me. Kato's lips twitched in a faint smile. You lived. That is what matters. But remember this, Tano. When you face the leopard, it is not just strength that saves you. It is unity. Alone, you would have died. Together, we overcame. The boy nodded, though his arms ached so badly he thought they would break. The hunt only hours earlier, the leopard had been alive, fierce, and deadly. It had stalked the edge of the tribe's territory for weeks, killing goats, leaving blood and fear in its wake. The elders had ordered it slain, for the survival of the people depended on it. The hunt had begun at dawn. The men followed the trail of paw prints, pressed deep into the dust, each step silent and careful. They knew the leopard was near long before they saw it. The savanna birds grew restless, fluttering from the trees. The gazelle herds shifted uneasily, their ears twitching. Then it came. The leopard burst from the tall grass like lightning, muscles rippling, jaws open in a snarl. Tano froze, his spear trembling in his hands. But Kato shouted, drawing the beast's attention. The leopard lunged at him, claws flashing. Kato fell back, rolling across the ground as dust exploded around him. Jaro struck then, his spear slicing across the leopard's shoulder. The beast roared, twisting in midair, its teeth snapping shut inches from Jaro's face. It was Tano who made the final strike. Fear burned in his chest, but he thrust his spear forward with all his strength. The blade sank deep into the leopard's side. The beast screamed, thrashing wildly before collapsing onto the earth. Dust and silence followed, broken only by the hunter's heavy breaths. Tano stared at the fallen predator, his chest heaving. He had killed his first great beast. Blood stained his hands, but pride swelled in his heart. He had faced the leopard and survived. The journey home now. As they carried the beast back to the village, the weight of their victory pressed on them as much as the physical burden. For the tribe, this kill would mean safety. For Tano, it meant he would no longer be seen as a boy. Yet the savannah was never silent for long. Wolves howled in the distance. Hyenas cackled, their mocking cries echoing across the plains. The hunters knew the smell of blood would draw scavengers soon. They had to reach home before darkness fell. Jaro glanced at the horizon. We must hurry. The night belongs not to men, but to hunters greater than us. Kato nodded. Keep your eyes open. The leopard is dead, but its brothers live. Tano shivered. He had heard the stories, of spirits in the form of leopards, of the ghost hunters that stalked the savannah at night. His father had told him that when one leopard fell, others came to take revenge. As if to prove the point, a rustle came from the bushes nearby. The men froze. Golden eyes gleamed in the shadows. Another leopard, its body sleek and silent, crouched low in the grass. Its gaze was locked on them, not with fear, but with hunger. The second predator. Do not drop the kill, Kato whispered, his voice low and sharp. If we run, it will chase. If we drop it, we lose our honor. Jaro gritted his teeth. Then we fight. The second leopard stepped forward, muscles tense, tail flicking. Its growl rumbled deep, vibrating through the ground. Tano's heart raced. His spear was gone, left behind in the body of the first beast. His hands tightened uselessly around the pole. Kato slowly lowered the leopard's body to the ground. "Stay behind me." The second predator lunged. Kato met it with his spear, the blade striking its chest. The leopard twisted, claws raking across his arm. Blood sprayed, but Kato stood his ground, pushing back with raw strength. Jaro circled, stabbing at the beast's flank, forcing it to retreat. Tano, trembling, grabbed a sharp stone from the ground. As the leopard turned, preparing to strike again, he hurled the rock with all his might. It struck the beast's head with a crack. Snarling, the leopard staggered, then leapt back into the grass and vanished like smoke. The savannah grew silent once more. Jaro's chest rose and fell heavily. "It will return with others." "We must go." Kato nodded, blood dripping down his arm. "Pick it up. We finish this." The village fire. By the time the hunters reached the village, night had fallen. Fires burned high, casting orange light across the huts and the waiting faces of the tribe. Children gasped. Women sang. Men shouted in triumph. The hunters laid the leopard down before the elders. The beast's golden coat glowed in the firelight, its presence both terrifying and beautiful. The oldest elder, his back bent with age, stepped forward. His voice carried like the wind. "You have brought us safety. The leopard that stole from us is no more." You three stood as one. "Tonight you are not just hunters, you are guardians." The crowd cheered. Songs rose into the night. Drums beat like thunder. Tano stood taller than ever before, pride swelling in his chest. He had feared the leopard, but he had faced it. He had walked beside his brothers and returned alive. No longer was he a boy. He was a hunter. Yet as he looked out into the dark savannah past the firelight, his pride was tempered with caution. Out there, beyond the village, glowing eyes still watched. The hunters had slain one leopard, but the balance of the wild was never broken for long. The savannah would always test them, and they would always rise to meet it.